cold shiver crawled up my spine the moment I touched the postcard, thin, fragile, and humming with a strange warmth, as if someone had pressed their heartbeat into the paper right before sending it. I wasn't ready for what it carried. I wasn't ready for what it would remind me of. Grief has a way of sneaking up on you, hitting you in the quiet places of your mind. And when it hits, it sharpens everything: your breath, your heartbeat, your regret. I'd spent years avoiding the memory of the moment I lost someone I loved. Years pretending that the finality of it was just another story I'd learned to live with. But the postcard in my hand told me another truth entirely. The image printed on the front showed a place I didn't recognize. Tall, crystalline trees, light drifting through them like liquid gold. Pathways that spiraled into clouds. It was beautiful, almost too beautiful. And yet something about it made my chest tighten. On the back, in looping handwriting I knew far too well, was a single sentence. "Don't worry, I'm alive. Just somewhere else now." My vision blurred. It wasn't possible. It shouldn't have been possible. But the signature, her signature, was unmistakable. And when you've wanted an answer for years, even the impossible starts to feel like hope in disguise. I knew instantly that this postcard wasn't just a message. It was an invitation. A promise that the story I thought had ended was only beginning. And if the picture on the front was real, if the words on the back were real, then death wasn't an ending in her world. It was a doorway, a rebirth, a continuation. And she wanted me to follow. Before I realized it, my fingers traced the paper again, and something inside the postcard moved. There was a soft pulse, a breath, and then light. For a moment I felt weightless, like the universe was gently lifting me out of my life and placing me somewhere new. The ache in my chest loosened, the fear softened, and in its place came a single, overwhelming thought. What if I could see her again? That's when the postcard pulled me in. You ever feel a shift, so subtle at first you think you imagined it, but then it grows. And suddenly you're standing somewhere you never meant to go, facing a truth you never expected to find. That was me. 1 second in my living room, the next in a world that shouldn't exist. A world where every step felt like walking through someone's dream. I landed on a soft white path, warm under my feet like heated sand. Above me, towering trees shimmered like they were carved from frost and starlight. And in the distance, I saw people emerging from spirals of glowing mist. People who were smiling, laughing, hugging loved ones they hadn't seen in lifetimes. Not ghosts, not memories, real. A man tapped my shoulder, his eyes clear and bright. "First time?" he asked, as if I'd just stepped off a plane. I nodded, still breathless. "You'll get used to it," he said. "Rebirth can feel strange the first time you arrive." I swallowed hard. "Rebirth? But I'm not..." He smiled gently. "Here, death just means you unlocked another doorway. Some cross accidentally, some cross searching for someone. You look like the second type." My heart hammered. He pointed to a glowing archway. "She's waiting for you, you know." My pulse froze. "How do you know who I'm looking for?" I whispered. He shrugged. "Everyone who comes here is looking for someone." A breeze carried the scent of her perfume, something I hadn't smelled in years. My breath hitched. She was close. Close enough that the air remembered her. And just as doubt began creeping in, something happened. Something small, almost humorous in how ordinary it was. But it cut straight through the tension like a warm hand on the shoulder. A faint voice in the distance shouted, "Hey, new guy, don't wander too far, or the trees might adopt you." Followed by laughter so light-hearted it felt like the world itself was reminding me I wasn't trespassing into tragedy. I was stepping into possibility. The path led me deeper into the crystalline forest, where the branches bent slightly as if greeting me. I kept walking, pulse racing, every step pulling memories to the surface. The time we stayed up talking until sunrise. The way she used to tuck her hair behind her ear when she was nervous. The promise she made before she slipped away. "If there's something after this, I'll find a way to tell you." I used to think she meant it metaphorically. I used to think grief makes you hear promises that aren't really there. But now her handwriting was still warm on the postcard in my pocket. As I approached a clearing, the air rippled. The light softened, and I felt her before I saw her, like my heart recognized her presence faster than my eyes could adjust. She stepped forward, same smile, same eyes, same warmth, and I broke every wall, every shield, every unanswered question. "You came," she whispered, her voice trembling with something between joy and relief. "I never stopped looking for you," I said. Her hand slipped into mine, warm and familiar. Then let me show you the world I woke up in. And when you're ready, I'll show you how to return. Return, I echoed. She nodded. Here, rebirth isn't a trap. It's a choice. You can cross worlds as many times as you need. My heart clenched with something fierce. Hope, grief, wonder, all tangled together. She squeezed my hand. Ask me everything you were too afraid to ask before. And I did. I asked about the postcard. About the world. About the moment she eliminated the fear of the unknown and stepped through the doorway herself. And she answered. Every question, every doubt, every fear I pretended I didn't have. I don't know how long we talked. Time moved differently here. Slow enough to feel everything, fast enough to make you cherish it. But I do know this. If you've ever lost someone, if you've ever wished for one more conversation, one more moment, one more chance, her world isn't just a fantasy. It's a reminder, a whisper in the dark, a promise that endings aren't always endings. Before I let her guide me deeper into that glowing horizon, I realized something important. The people watching this, you, might be carrying your own postcard moment. Something that feels like pain on the surface but is actually the beginning of a doorway you haven't walked through yet. So tell me in the comments, if you could receive a postcard from someone you lost, what would it say? And if stories like this make you feel something, hope, curiosity, goosebumps, anything, take a second to support the channel. Subscribe, leave a like, and share this video with someone who might need it. You help this world grow every time you do. And trust me, we're just getting started.